A little over a week ago, Greta Thunberg got on the flotilla called the Madeline and was going to, her along with a dozen other boatmates, were going to take food and medicine to Gaza. Now, look, we all know, as well as Greta, that what they brought was not going to make that much of a difference. It's a symbolic gesture. There are a lot of people right now that are not really happy with what the government of Israel is doing, including me. And they're not happy with the Likud party. They're not happy with the fascistic turn that they're doing, looking for a greater Israel. But Greta, who, is an activist, she's a young woman. I believe she's 22 years old. She gets on this boat, which was under a UK flag, and they were going to sail from, I believe it was from Sicily to Gaza to bring food. And I'd say maybe 100, maybe less than 100 miles off the coast of Gaza, Israel surrounds them, uses drones, sprays some kind of white paint or some kind of irritant on them, and then boards them, arrests them, and takes them against their will to Israel. Kidnaps them. And Greta, she puts out a whatchamacallit, an Instagram post saying that, hey, we're about to be boarded. She recorded in advance because she knew that was a distinct possibility that this was going to happen. Israel. I mean, just think of the optics. You are going after, you want to make sure that these dozen people don't deliver food and medicine to a country that you are literally starving to death. We're all seeing it. We've all seen the footage of not just the blown up children or, the people with gunshot wounds in their chest and their head, or bombs being dropped on tents. The whole of Gaza has just been razed to rubble. There's nothing left. We're seeing children who haven't eaten in 2 months, who are hanging on by a thread, but they are starving. You can see their distended stomachs and their rib cages. We've all seen it. We're watching a live genocide in action in 4K right in our faces. We're watching it all, and so is Greta. And she feels like, I've got to do something. And hopefully that would inspire some foreign nations, like nations in Europe, who are starting to go, hey, Israel, y'all are not looking good, man. I don't know if we can support this kind of shit anymore. Now, I'd say you're a little fucking late to the game. We've been watching this for like the last 19 months. You should have come on board right after Ben Gvir said, these are human animals and we're not going to let them have any food or any water. The talking point was there's 30 to 40,000 Hamas members in Gaza. But meanwhile, you are starving a population of 2.3 million Gazans in your little open air prison that you won't let them leave, which, by the way, I doubt that there's 2.3 million Gazans left. Even Donald Trump said something like 1.8 million. So we're probably short 500,000 Gazans that have died in the last 19 months, even though they stopped the official count at 50,000. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here, but we got Greta here. They kept her for a couple days. Israel did, and they made her watch footage of October 7th. A little bit of propaganda. Now, she gets released, but several others don't get released. Anyway, they put her on a plane, which, by the way, she doesn't travel by plane because, she is an activist with, for climate change. So she doesn't want to be on any kind of motorized vehicle. She actually has a moral and a standard when it comes to that. And Israel put her on the plane, and then they took a picture for little propaganda purposes. God damn, I mean, it is just all so transparent and so see-through. But here she is arriving at the Paris airport, and she gets a couple of questions.
We were illegally attacked and kidnapped by Israel and taken against our will to Israel, where we were detained, and then some of us deported, some are still there. There are very big uncertainties because it was quite chaotic and uncertain, so I don't really know what's going on. I haven't had a phone for many days.
What were the conditions for you over the last few hours?
They were absolutely nothing compared to what people are going through in Palestine, especially Gaza right now. And this is yet another international a violation of international rights, adding to the list of countless of such, especially towards Palestinians, that Israel are committing by blocking and preventing humanitarian aid from entering Gaza. That is illegal.
How did the Israelis treat you? They saw them giving out sandwiches on their social media. How did
Yeah, they probably have posted lots of PR stunt videos. As I said, I have not seen anything.
Yeah, when they took them off of their sailboat and put them on a raft to get them on the Israeli ship after they invaded their sailboat and took them off, kidnapped them. I mean, against their will, that is kind of kidnapping. They were in international waters under a UK flag. That is illegal. That's kidnapping. I mean, I would consider that kind of piracy. It's on the high seas in international waters. You take people off of their boat and you take them to a place where they don't want to go. It's kind of kidnapping, man. I mean, I don't know any other way to describe it. But, while they were on the little raft, they were handing them food, for the little propaganda purposes. And some of the people were like, I don't want that shit, man. I don't want that.
But they did an illegal act by kidnapping us on international waters and against our will, bringing us to Israel, keeping us in the bottom of the boat, not letting us getting out and so on. But that is not the real story here. The real story is that there is a genocide going on in Gaza and a systematic starvation following the siege and blockade now, which is leading to food, medicine, water that are desperately needed to get into Gaza is prevented from doing so. But of course there are many attempts like this mission, both by sea and land to break that siege and open up a humanitarian corridor.
I love how she stays on point, man. They're asking her questions to try to get her to say something that they can use as a talking point. Maybe Israel. I'm not saying anything bad about these reporters asking her questions. I'm just saying that she is not diverting to any kind of personal attack. She just keeps going back to the point at hand. People in Gaza are dying from bombs and dying from starvation. And, for God's sakes, when I was 22 years old, all I cared about was my hair and my car. This girl is leagues and bounds better than just about anybody I know. Sure as shit better than I am. And, I've got nothing but love for her. But there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of love for Greta. Trump, he's got words for her after she got snatched up by Israel, like kidnapped by Israelis.
Anger management. I think she has to go to an anger management class. That's my primary recommendation for her.
She needs to go to an anger management class. He doesn't, I didn't hear anything about it. Here's, if I can get this to play. This is a billionaire named, what's his name? Portnoy. He makes a shitload of money, selling legalized gambling to his people. And he has got his own podcast because of course he's got his own fucking podcast. You're a billionaire, man. Go enjoy your billions of dollars. Why are you doing a podcast acting like a fucking idiot? I guess because he needs more and more dumbasses to, who knows, gamble more on his site. But this is what he's got to say.
Gaza, we can do unnamed. You can be live in Gaza.
I'll jump on Greta Van Thorsten or whatever that girl. She's sailing there, like whoever that. And I hope they hit a missile on her boat.
Well, I hope that
They hit.
Now this guy is talking about let's hit her with a missile. Y'all remember Lindsey Graham when she took off leaving Sicily on her sailboat? Lindsey Graham puts this out. Hope Greta and her friends can swim. You are a grown-ass man, a powerful senator in our House of Representatives and you see a girl delivering food and medicine to starving people, and the first thing you want to do is, I hope that Greta and her friends can swim, you know, basically saying they're going to get hit with a missile. I mean, what is wrong with these people? I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Russell Brand. He's been a famous person for a while. Hasn't been on any movies in a while because he's got quite a few accusations of sexual harassment and one accusation of rape, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's come to court yet in the UK or not, or if it's been dismissed. I have no idea. But Russell Brand, ever since he got accused of all of these sexual activities, he's made a Christian arc. He got baptized, and he's found the Lord, and he's full on English, and he's, you know, I don't know what's wrong with Joe Biden and all the people that are putting vaccines in our bodies, and then something needs to be done because it's an authoritarian overreach. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is not authoritarian at all, and Greta Thunberg, oh fuck her. Let's see what he's got to say about old Greta. This is her, Greta Thunberg. Right before Israel boarded and kidnapped them off of their sailboat.
We have been intercepted and kidnapped in international waters.
Right, let's go and get her now. She's been intercepted.
This fucking millionaire dipshit in a goddamn kimono is going to talk shit about a woman delivering food and medicine. Not very Christian of him. I thought he was on this Christian arc.
We've got to go and get Greta Thunberg. Greta, rescue Greta. Cut to that shot, you lunatic. That's a guy named Jeff. We've got to rescue her now, both. Quick. I like that. I like the sort of...
You like my abs? Don't I look sexy? Don't I look a bit like Jesus in sunglasses? Oh, that Greta, she's just doing she's doing a little grandstanding. She's trying to, you know, trying to get on the news. What the fuck are you doing, man? Who's grandstanding?
Grandiosity of that.
Oh, a bit grandiosity.
Like, I can't believe we're captured. She didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Can you?
It's crazy.
Are they dumb?
No. Anyway, got this off the Majority Report. They really cut old Russell Brand to shreds. But anyway, Greta Thunberg is a representative of a person that is very selfless, who is desperately trying to help people who are in danger and who are starving. And you have got all of these ridiculously wealthy and powerful grown-ass men talking smack about a 22-year-old young woman who's just trying to do the right thing. What is wrong with you? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, I tell you to get a hobby, but it looks like fascism is your hobby. And, you know, it's on the menu, baby. Meanwhile, you've got a whole bunch of people like Russell Brand and Lindsey Graham and this Dave Portnoy who are fully on board with the movement and will run cover for Donald Trump and Israel. I mean, they're happy to do it. Donald Trump is obviously happy to run cover. He got $100 million from Miriam Adelson in this last election, and he basically promised them the West Bank. Oh, Gaza's gone. Donald Trump's already talked about it many times. Oh, we're going to take Gaza. We're going to turn it into a resort. And me and Netanyahu are going to be sitting outside, sipping mojitos at the Trump International Gaza. It's going to be a beautiful town. It's going to be gold-plated. There's going to be big old statues of me, and everybody's going to love it. And we'll find a place somewhere in the desert for the Gazans. They'll be fine. They'll be able to find and forage food somewhere out there in the desert. You know, they'll be fine. Don't even worry about those people. Whoever's left, whoever's not dead, we'll find a place for them. But meanwhile, you've got somebody, one of the best of us, who gives a shit about the planet, who gives a shit about people, who is doing what she can, the little bit she can. And all you got to do, all you got for her is smoke on, you know, I mean, I thought you guys liked smart, you know, people on the spectrum. I mean, you love Elon Musk showing his little belly, doing his little X dances on stage. But, you know, you got no heat for him, but you got all of the smoke for her. and she's doing nothing but good. God damn, man. Wow. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.